Arby's, we have the meats.
If you drive anywhere in the Tennessee Valley, there probably is not a day that goes by that you don't get stuck in some type of traffic or pass an accident thinking, gosh, that could have been me. Brent Burks is here with the McMahan Law Firm. He knows very well that these accidents are happening all the time. And boy, you better hope that you've got the right insurance and the right lawyer, right?
Absolutely. It's so important. You know, inevitably, there's somebody watching the show right now that thinks, you know, I see these lawyer ads and why do I need a lawyer? And, you know, I'd like to talk to them because it's so incredibly important. Insurance companies don't owe a duty to anybody that's out there. They owe a duty to their shareholders. And so what they really care about is the profit. And that shouldn't surprise a lot of people, but some might think, well, the insurance company's going to take care of me. They're going to be fair. I don't need to pay a lawyer 1/3 or something to handle my case. Well, you're making a big mistake. If you're hurt, you can count on the fact that any kind of offers you see, if you're pro se, unrepresented, are going to be below a fair level. And then what do? Time goes by, mistakes may be made, from investigation of the accident itself to advice about medical care, about how to pay your medical bills, to use your med pay, to use your health insurance. What if you have no health insurance?
Right.
There are a number of things that go on, some of them very early, right after the accident happened, and certainly within the first few weeks, that you need a seasoned personal injury lawyer to help, you know, direct.
So, look, you mentioned the medical costs, and that so often people will be reimbursed, but not enough for what they've experienced. So, I think a lot of us would think it's logical if you've had a serious injury from an accident, that might be logical. But even kind of a minor something that keeps you going to physical therapy or out of work for a while, it's not just the cost of the days lost, it's like the pain and suffering that you hear about.
It's the human element, and when, you know, Jay and I are in front of juries, and it's so important because the case is ultimately worth what a Hamilton County or one of the surrounding counties or North Georgia County jury says it's worth. And if you don't ever take a case to trial, you don't know what cases are worth. We kept statistics against one particular insurance company that advertises a lot on TV, and over something like 15 trials, we averaged 3 times above their very best offer at trial. And that's information we kept so it would be objective. And what happens many times is now you would have a person, let's say they treat 6 months, they only have $15,000, let's say, in bills, but like you said, they hurt. Their neck still hurts, their low back hurts. No broken bones. Insurance companies will say, oh, it's just soft tissue, it's not a big deal. You got 15 in meds, we'll offer you 16. That's not fair.
Right, right.
And they, you know, if they hire me, I'm going to say that's not fair. They didn't hire me to accept such a unfair settlement, and we're going to at least work that case up to trial. Usually a defense lawyer will get involved, and then the offers start coming up as you get closer.
So are you saying, Brent, that all of your cases go to trial? You can't possibly do that.
No, not at all. And some people are just flat out afraid of trial. You know, they don't want to go tell their story to 12 strangers. I get that. I'm not a stubborn person. I just want what's fair for my clients.
Yeah.
My client's my boss, you know, and I like to tell people, you know, I'm here to help them.
Right.
They're my boss. My job is to educate them, to try to tell them what I think about the case, what I feel would be a fair verdict range or settlement range. If we get in there and they want to settle it, they tell me and I do it.
What about a timeline? Let's say that somebody today or this week has had a car accident, just suppose, and they're going to go through an attorney. Still, insurance company and insurance company are arguing for a while. So what's a typical timeline for a
Well, it
decision?
varies widely, and it obviously depends on how badly they're hurt, how much is at stake. The worse you're hurt and the more money you're going for, generally the longer it's going to take. Generally, the smaller cases work out quicker. And that just makes common sense. We don't really want to hurry it. If you're still treating, you need to treat. And in Tennessee, we have a 1-year statute of limitations. In Georgia, too, which is a little more friendly. But many cases are filed in Tennessee because people are still treating after a year. And so that's another reason not to sit at home and feel this false sense of security. They need to hire a board-certified lawyer. Less than 2% of lawyers in Tennessee have that. Less than 10 out of 2,000 in the Chattanooga area, including me and Jay Kinnemer, the owners of McMahan Law Firm.
Yeah, I did want to get you there, but you took me there first. So on this board certification, that's every 5 years. You're having to go and get recertified, which means that you're proving to the state that you're in that courtroom, you're advocating for your clients, and you're totally up to date on the latest
It's a
cases.
rigorous test on the front end. It's like a mini bar exam, an all-day-long examination, recommendations from peers. I have to have attorneys I've gone up against that, obviously that can be tough, right?
Yeah,
If I'm stabbing people in the back, maybe they're not going to give me a recommendation. Judges that you've been in front of. And then the requirements are pretty strenuous as far as how many trial days you have to have. And, very many people would not even qualify for it. Some that are advertising on this station would not qualify for it, period. And Jay and I would re-qualify easily every single year.
A minute left, but I think it's important, something you just said about your peers, sometimes your competitors. It really is important, too, that yes, you have an attorney who's going to advocate for you, but who also has a good reputation in town.
Absolutely. Anybody can buy a billboard. Anybody can buy a TV ad. And no offense, we have TV ads. Obviously, we don't have billboards because it's important to us that we're board certified, not just a billboard lawyer, but anybody can buy an ad. The public really needs to research, sit down, find out who does get good results. Come talk to me, come talk to Jay if you've got a serious case. There's no cost for that consultation. We'll tell you about a similar case or many more that we've handled like theirs. And ask us what a game plan would be.
Well, here's how you do it. Here's how you can get started today. It's the McMahan Law Firm, Brent Burks, Jay Kennemer. They're down on Cherokee Boulevard, 265-1100, online, McMahanLawFirm.com. Thanks.
Still looking to buy a Kids First coupon book? There's still time.